One VFC, MCX. Everything that you know that's wrong with VFC, same shit again. This is the one that all the retailers said, nope, that doesn't happen. The selector wobbling, that doesn't happen. Low power, that doesn't happen. Misfeeding, that doesn't happen. We've heard nothing about this. Okay, so I really don't like the look of this gun. I don't like it. I think it's ugly as balls. But they've gone out of their way to make it so fucking good. So good. Look how good it looks. Why can't you get a fucking gearbox right, you cunts? That doesn't sound too bad. That sounds fine. Well, barrel's too short. I have had no luck with Lambada barrels. Every time I've fitted one, this window here has shredded pop rubbers. Just fucking shredded them. I'm not going to go and modify his barrel. But already, it's a shit to get a maple leaf on there. Oh, this is going to be a fucking joy, isn't it? Let's put as little room as possible inside the gun. Are you ready for a giggle? $237, $224, $239, $239, $237, $247, $235, $251, $259, $268, $275, $270, $258, $271, $254, you get the idea, right? Now, I'm going to put the original barrel back in and see what the fuck happens. The clip fits better. 346, 346, 347, 346, 346, 343, 345, 346, 343. Lambada barrels are fuck, and I don't give a shit what you guys in internet land say. They suck. They are fucking shit. They are fucking terrible. It can go back in this fucking dildo where it can live out the rest of its fucking days because it's shit. You've fucking seen it. You've fucking seen it. It's shit. If there wasn't enough fucking wiring running through the front of this gun, max hop unit. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to do everything first and max hop unit last. Yeah. I'd have to keep feeding this fucking wire through, so when I put the Titan in, I'm going to extend the wires and have a simple wiring loom, and I'm going to make it about this fucking long so I can get the whole thing in nice and easy, and when I'm finished with the job, I will chop it back. That's what I'll fucking do. Let's do a very brief before and after, shall we? So, semi. Sounds fine. It sounds fine. That sounds a fucking hell of a lot better than the 416 I just did. A hell of a lot better. So, fucking fingers and bollocks crossed, eh? Oh, Allen heads again. Oh, I hate Allen heads. So here we go. The sprung gears have been replaced with a big old shim. Look at that. Literally bang on. You couldn't ask for better AoE. You really couldn't. Remember that old gearbox from the previous VFC video? You know what I'm thinking, right? Hear that? Hear it? How garbage does that fucking sound? Gearbox, trash. So, the Titan is in, but because of the design of the pistol grip, it's not actually possible to get the wires the way you want to put them. And I've tried putting the wires on both sides, and unfortunately, it's a little bit noisy. So I'm going to have to take the Titan back out and rewire it with longer wires. Twat. Dick. There you go, now it's fucking open anyway. Join. There's a groove at the back. And that is where both the wires are expected to live. So I'm running a diagnostic on this right now. Yesterday, before I had a chance to redo the wiring on it, it was hitting 56 degrees. Way too hot, way too hot. Now, I'm sitting here now and I'm feeling it. You can feel the heat through the motor. And the diagnostic is currently saying it's 23 degrees. I've put as many shots through it, just the gearbox running as it is, as I did yesterday when it hit 56 degrees. So since I've done all the wiring and just changed out the way the motor sits and all this other stuff, just to suit this fucking pistol grip, the minimum temperature is 19 degrees. At the moment it's at 23 degrees. 22 degrees, so just dropped. But the maximum yesterday was 56 degrees. That's a fucking lot. So let's give her a little test. Now these selectors are on the piss right now because obviously they're so floppy and shit. I mean, fuck's sake, you know? Fucking ridiculous crap. So I'm actually going to either blank it off or I'm going to put some wash underneath there to try and shim it out a bit. Okay. We try and sort that total wank out. I mean, it's just fucking shit. I'm not gonna lie. This is very close to being the most frustrating design of an AR platform I've ever come across. Now, I thought the early VFC Scar design was annoying, but this is a whole new level of what the fuck. It really, really is. The way you've got to sit everything inside the gun, like the way the body sits, just trying to so much fucking around just to find out, oh, I've got to take it all out and do it all again. You have fancy being a tech for Airsoft, alright? There are so many things that you don't ever think about. Every day something new annoys me. And you think, why? And it's all well and good trying to get these things together and spending all this time doing it, but what you're not thinking about is the fact that you can't scratch the gun. You can't scratch the gun, you have to do all this so delicately, so that you don't cause any damage to the externals. It's always nice when a brand new fucking gun comes in, but when you get one come through that's in good condition, but it's scuffed to all fuck, the back of your mind you go, oh thank God, I don't have to be 100% precious about how this thing is going to go back together. Hop set for whatever ammo was in his mag. Chronoing on .2s. 348, 346, 347, 348, 349, 346, 346, 346. 3-shot burst. Fucking lovely. Same old, same old. Really, really, really solid, good externals. The internals, okay, better than the last fucking VFC I did. You saw that fucking mayhem unfold. But this one is a lot happier. Now, little things that he wanted done to it. It's annoying. He wanted to have blue selectors put onto it, a blue bolt release, a blue mag release. They don't fit this gun. Trigger fits perfectly, no issues, went in straight away, thanks Retro Arms. He wanted this ambi fitted. I'll be honest, I'll fix that after the video is done, I think, because that's wank, isn't it? It's just so shit. And it's ugly. It's so ugly. I'm going to cut the top off that one, cut the arse off of that one, and then smooth them out so they are silver and silver on top and bottom. Everything he wanted done to it is done. The performance is excellent. It's got the max hop unit inside it. He did want the LEDs installing, but the fucking mayhem and the amount of wiring you've got to fit up the tiniest little gap and then move all the little bits and pieces in place, that's quite a risk. One little tug on these wires and no, that's all going to fucking go wrong. That's all going to go wrong. He's got a tracer mag he uses anyway. Boop. Boop. So that's that. He's also got a tracer unit that his kids play with that'll go on the end as well. So he's got two ways to trace. It would have been a bad idea to try and spend more money putting those LEDs in there. It just wouldn't have been pleasant. Now currently this is running on his 7.4 because he's got the 3000 milliamp 11.1 volt and it's a 16C discharge rate according to the info that he's provided me. That means it's equivalent to a 30C in LiPo terms. Now, that's too much juice. Too much juice. The heat coming out of this fucking thing was fucking bad. There was so much heat. There was so much heat. It's fucking ridiculous. It reached, I think it was like 61 degrees at some point. That's just too much. There is only so much juice that you can pump through your AEG. If it keeps fucking flowing, no, it's just no good. There's only so much juice your gun can take. Now, this one is as quiet as it's going to get, and I'm happy with the way it sounds on the 7.4. There's no precock or anything set up yet, but I'm very happy with how it sounded on the 7.4. Normally, when I set the guns up, I set them for 11.1, and I tune them to be at their best on 11.1, which means if you plug in another kind of battery, they might sound different to what you'd expect, because we're setting it up in a certain way. With this, it sounds fine with any battery put in there. The Titan has done its job, and the Titan went straight in, no problems. But that pistol grip, you've got one screw, which I've replaced, that goes in the bottom, and you've got one pin that goes through the back. Now, as you can see, it still moves. That's as tight as I can make it, and the amount of adjustment you really get is not a lot. There's only a few shims on the bevel gear, there's not a lot of shims, and this is the quietest we can make his bevel gear to pinion gear setup. It's just the quietest we can do. It's got a 16 TPA motor in there with a vented can to keep the heat down. He wants it to be spammable, and even on the 7.4, it's spammable, which I'm very pleased with. I tried it on the binary settings, and it's fine. But if you go too fast, the binary is just, it's so much more designed for the DSG wankers. And with this, it confuses the gun so much so that it goes, no, I don't like it. It's really confusing for the gun. So stick with DSG if you're going to run the binary. Like a cunt. What I have managed to do for him, check this out. Now, anyone who knows anything about VFC guns, the AEGs, especially the fucking MCX, alright? This is basically a meme that doesn't need any fucking explaining. Ready? I can move the whole gun. I wanted to try something, so I applied some black rubber resin to the back of the selector switch and used that to almost stick it and mould it almost to the cog, which is great. And then when the screw goes through, it holds it nice and tight. It can't move anywhere. If you want to take it off, you just take it off, you know? It's made a resin mould, as it were. And that is really good. Now, like any electric gun, if no one's ever told you this, alright, the TM recoil doesn't suffer with this, and the Crytac doesn't really either, but pretty much every other fucking Ambi Selector AEG does. So, free advice for you. If you've got an AEG with an Ambi Selector, use both at the same time, alright? Select both at the same time. Your cogs are going to last a lot longer if you use both at the same time. It's free advice, do with it what you want.